Hey, folks, welcome back. Happy break. Happy Olympic break to everybody. Welcome to the Levshunov Supporters Club. I'm Andy Campbell. Welcome to season 9, episode 21 of the Rinkcast. I'm here with Sean and I'm here with Jimmy. What's up, fellas? What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing well. I got to go to the Hawks game on Monday. A friend
Sweet.
of mine had an extra 100 level seat. So
Oh,
yeah, so I was highfalutin. I was sitting in a section where a lot of people had tags saying season or family room, whatever, season family room. So I think it was a lot of players' families that I
oh,
was sitting with. Yeah.
not bad, not bad.
I
You're
saw a
right.
young man who had a Vlasic jacket on and had his name on the side. So I assume I was by the Vlasic family. Everyone in the section was very nice, except the gentleman who wasn't part of the family thing, who FaceTimed someone for the first period, the entire period.
Wow,
Mm, yeah,
drama,
yeah. So yeah,
drama everywhere.
yeah. But they played well that game. They didn't play well against Columbus.
No, they certainly did not play well last night against Columbus. Jimmy, how are you?
I'm doing well. Like Sean, I got a haircut on Friday. We were actually right next to each other. We were holding hands in the haircut seats. It was really cute. I went to the Blackhawks game against Tampa at home. I also was 100 level, but I got those Blue Cross Blue Shield
Oh,
seat
yeah.
upgrades.
Saw that.
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
it was
Yeah, that's
very sick.
awesome.
I didn't get to sit next to anyone on FaceTime, but I sat next to fun story. I sat next to the season ticket holder
There you
who had
go.
a jersey that had 333 on the back and Foley on the back for Pat
Oh,
Foley. And my wife like,
333 in
"What's
the
the
tree.
reference?"
Dirty tree.
Yeah, and I
Very
was like,
cool.
"Oh, like every time
Not
the
bad.
clock would hit 3 minutes and 33 seconds in any period, Pat Foley would go, well, it's tree, turdy, tree left in a turd every single time." And it was great. And it was fun in explaining that piece of Blackhawks lore to my wife.
Awesome.
I saw another bad jersey. Somebody had a 100-year Centennial Hawks jersey with the name Original Six on the back.
Not
Mm.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get right into it today. We rattled some cages on Twitter today when we suggesting that Artyom Levshunov, don't write him off yet, people. And Artyom Levshunov, yeah. So Artyom Levshunov, the Blackhawks 2024 first round pick, number 2 overall in the NHL draft, is only 70 games into his NHL career, has played 52 games this year in a condensed schedule where they've just kind of fed him to the Wolves. It was either him or Sam Rinzel. One of these right-handed defensemen was going to play a lot. Rinzel had struggles early. Levshunov did not. It has caught up to him. Levshunov has had some tough games. And now we're back to this, oh, you should have taken Demidov stuff. Folks, it's way too early to quit on this kid and to say, well, Demidov was the right pick. In 10 years, maybe you can make that argument if it sticks. But they're both 20-year-olds right now, and you're saying one is better than the other, and the Blackhawks are stupid. Is anyone else tired of this? Jimmy, are you tired of this?
I'm tired of it because it's funny. I feel like the Blackhawks fans are the only fans that make this argument about Levshunov. You talk about any pundit, anyone
Right.
else, even through this tough stretch, they're like, wow, Levshunov has made improvements this year. I see why the Blackhawks took him second overall. You can even ask fans of other teams, even Montreal Canadian fans who worship the ground Demidov walks on can go like, oh yeah, Levshunov's pretty solid. So I just,
Ridiculous.
it's very frustrating and I get it. No one wants to look at a number 2 overall pick and see the struggles and be excited about it. But it's not something to lose sleep over. It's not something to write someone off. I mean, this was just today. This is a guy tweeting out, David St. Louis. I really appreciate this tweet. He goes, for those worried about Levshunov, it's the same story everywhere. This is him quote tweeting a story about Sam Dickinson of the San Jose Shark getting healthy scratched, looking for a bit of a reset for him. For those worried about Levshunov, it's the same story everywhere. Boyum is holding his own a bit better, but fewer offensive flashes now. Even Nichushkin has a lot of things to work on, and he's significantly older. It's a hard league. Good thing they're all getting chances. And if that's not true about young defensemen under the age of 22, I don't know what is. It's also how I feel when people start writing off Kevin Korchinski at 22 years old. I'm like, I get it. He's a
Yeah.
little older. Maybe you expected more. But my God, guys, like, when did Duncan Keith start looking like a competent NHL player? His 6th year after he was drafted? I mean, I get it. It's not
I mean,
fun to watch players
people are just
struggle.
getting impatient because the team's not winning, and we've been losing for so long
Yeah.
that everyone is getting frustrated. But I mean, especially with defensemen, and everyone's saying, well, they should have taken Demidov. Demidov was there and they didn't take him. Demidov fell into a much different situation going to Montreal.
Mm.
Levshunov would be a much different situation being in Montreal.
There was two other guys picked after Levshunov.
Right.
I bring that up all the time. It's not like Demidov was projected to be the second overall pick. Like
a lot of people talked on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he fell 2 other spots. Like Caden Lindstrom and Brent Senek were taken before him. And Kyle Davidson tried to trade back in to get Demidov. Also, another plus for Levshunov, he's played more games than the last 3 NHL drafts defensemen. Daniel Reinbacher, who was taken in the first round the year before, hasn't played any NHL games.
Oh, you ask any Canadians fan about him, they hate him.
Yeah, what are we doing here? Levshunov is 20 years old, just like Demidov. Different situations. Unfortunately, I think there's a certain sect of the fan base that is so upset that the Hawks didn't take Demidov. They want Levshunov to fail. Like, people were going at Scott Powers saying, hey, you were a Levshunov guy. And he's like, no, I just knew what the Hawks
were. This is over all of a sudden? All of a sudden, his career's over?
Yeah, he's played 70 NHL games in his entire career. 70. It's not like it's 700.
He's not even 20 and a half until April.
No. And as we saw in the last game against Columbus, this team is young and inexperienced, so they're going to make mistakes. He's not a finished product. He spent less games at Rockford than most guys have. What do you have, a season and a half at Rockford? Maybe a season?
If you're 20 years old and you're playing 3 games in 4 nights for 3 weeks, towards the end of that stretch, you're going to be pretty beat up. You're going to be pretty tired.
Yeah.
He's never had to play hockey at this level. I mean, when he's playing college hockey, you've got Friday, Saturday night games. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
It's a different beast.
Yeah. I want to just circle back to a couple Blackhawks defenseman legends. Duncan Keith, I mentioned him earlier. Drafted in 2002. He didn't even make his NHL debut until he was 22 years old in 2005. He didn't make his first All-Star game until 2007 when he was 24 years old. Brent Seabrook, similar story. He didn't debut till he was 20. He didn't make an All-Star game until he was 29. He didn't you look at Brett Seabrook, he doesn't have a lot of counting stats and a lot of wonderful things on his resume, which is odd. I feel like he could have gotten a ton of All-Star picks. But the fact of the matter is, we were looking at a Blackhawks defenseman who made his NHL debut at 19 years old, who made his professional debut at 18 years old. He's way ahead of a lot of people in the same situation as he is. There's not a lot of players like Levshunov. So we're not having this conversation early January when he's on this unbelievable hot streak. You can't ride this wave. You can't wait for the ride to dip down back. This ride sucks. It's you got to wait for this to settle in. Give me a break. I feel like I'm getting just pissy.
What are you going to do? And these are the same people that are going to love him in 2 years.
Yeah, it's going to be like I told you
right now. They're not.
It's just patience is something that's understated, underappreciated these days. Everything is always instant gratification. You pull up streaming services and there's a mindset that everything has to come to you right at once, and if you're not good right away, you're a bust.
Well, and most defensemen that are good hockey players that still could make it to the NHL that are 20 years old, some of them aren't even playing college hockey yet.
No.
Some of them are still playing juniors.
In the new era of
hockey, and still will go back and play another year of college hockey.
In the new era, as Jeff Merrick calls it, the new era of juniors in college places, guys would much rather Nathan Bem, the Blackhawks prospect, could go to Rockford next year. He's going to be 20 years old. He's going to Arizona State instead. to not have guys try to run him over who are 28 trying to make an NHL roster. It's a different world that prospects grow up in now. It's totally different. Like guys aren't going to translate like they used to.
I mean, if someone was arguing, well, looking at this now, maybe he should have gone back for a second season at Michigan State, and maybe he shouldn't have signed, and maybe this year should be his first year with pro experience. Okay, fine. Okay, that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
But the people saying that they shouldn't have drafted him, that's ignorance. That's absolute ignorance. And to already say now that passing up on Demidov for Levshunov was a mistake, you can't make that argument right now.
No.
It's too early, and it's apples to oranges. We'll see who wins cups, and then you can make the argument after that.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I don't really. It's just silliness.
It is, and who? I totally. Oh, and to go back to your earlier point about him going back to a second season at Michigan State. It was his call. He didn't want to go back to Michigan State, is what I'd heard. He was done with it. So
I mean, he was defenseman of the year in the Big Ten,
right? As a freshman, so I mean,
really good hockey league. So I mean, I don't, again, I think that would be the only argument that maybe like, okay, well then maybe you have some legs to that.
Yeah.
At the same, I don't know, but it's getting ridiculous. It's silly,
and it's Blackhawks fans that are perpetuating it. That's the thing. Sad. It's not like Canadians fans being like, oh, you should have taken Demidov, or the NHL saying you should have taken Demidov. It's Blackhawks fans who wanted the Hawks to take Demidov. They haven't taken him. They're not going to get him.
When you think about this, I mean, all it was one tough week of hockey for him, honestly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He had three tough games, and then they sat him down and said, let's push pause, kid. And now everyone's trying to sell the farm.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's just like, I don't know, whatever. You're not going to please everybody. And he's going to be back and he's going to be in full force. And then everyone's going to be like, whoa, what were we thinking? So
yeah, I think if he would have scored more goals, like he's just had bad puck luck on shooting. If he scores a couple more goals, people aren't having this conversation. People are like, why is he sitting? Yeah. Why isn't he playing? He's a goal scorer. We need that out there.
Yeah.
They've been practicing and telling him the point, Artyom, is not to hit the goalpost and crossbar, which you do spectacularly. You actually have to hit it into the net, which you got to stop hitting the crossbar. I know it's super impressive, but like it's not helping.
They got Brian Campbell down at the new Blackhawks arena. All right, now you see here, these areas are not where you're supposed to hit. You're supposed to hit the netting in between these areas.
I could just imagine Artyom in his very heavy Belarusian accent just going, but I like ringing sound. It sounds very nice.
Jesus. Yeah, well, I don't know. Can't help people that just might not get it. 6 or 7 years, if he's not coming along, fine.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Let's talk about Wyatt Kaiser went down.
Oof.
So the Blackhawks lost Colton Dock and Wyatt Kaiser in the Columbus game where they basically, I think I can't remember if it was Ben Bope or someone else that just basically said, yeah, they did go on vacation a little early. They were a disaster last night.
Yeah, it was
just a really bad game against the Blue Jackets. But Wyatt Kaiser's injury does sound like, we don't know the severity of it. Jeff Blashill made it pretty clear that he's going to miss some time.
He's going to be out for a bit.
He's going to be out for a bit. We don't know what that means. I mean, there is a break right now. I mean, he's got a free 2 weeks where he's not going to miss any hockey games, I guess, which is good. And if you're going to get hurt right before the Olympic break. But that said, I mean, Wyatt Kaiser, who's had a very good season, might not be available when they come back. But with any incident comes opportunity, I guess, in some sort. You don't want Wyatt Kaiser to go down. You prefer to have him in the lineup. The Blackhawks defensively have been very healthy this year up until this. They've had some injuries up front. But now with that, someone's going to have to come up, and that will probably be in the form of Kevin Korchinski or Ethan Del Mastro. Not sure which one will it be. Maybe Del Mastro, considering Kaiser's role is more defensive. Or will they throw Korchinski up there, and then your left side is Grzelcyk, Korchinski, and Vlasic, which might get scored on a lot. Either way, it is what it is. someone's got to be in that role and got to play. Who's coming up? And I hate to say, obviously you don't want to wish injuries on anybody. Is this a good time to have this happen though, Jimmy?
Especially for Del Mastro and Korchinski, their entry level contracts are up at, I think, after this year. Like they have to figure out what they are. I think it's good for both of them, especially at this time with them both being in the AHL. The Blackhawks can basically look at them like, hey, you have 3 weeks. This is your tryout for your role in the Blackhawks for the rest of the year. Like you got 3 to 4 weeks with this All-Star break coming up. You got all of February. Which one of you wants to come up for the rest of the year? Or however long Kaiser is injured. I don't know how long a bit is according to Blasio. I'm assuming they're waiting for swelling to go down so they can get an MRI. That's usually what happens if it's a knee injury. Hoping it's just, something light like a sprained MCL, which I doubt, but who knows? Yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, I think this is a good time for those two guys. End of their ELCs, they're probably going to be looking at bridge contracts if they are getting contracts with the Blackhawks. I mean, you probably sit them both down and go, hey, like you got 3 weeks. We're deciding between the two of you which one of you is coming up for the rest of the year. Personally, I prefer Korchinski just because of the higher ceiling, his puck moving ability. He's good in the offensive zone. Ethan Del Mastro is just a much slower skater. Like in terms of skating speed, Korchinski is far closer to Kaiser. But in terms of defensive adjustments and defensive positioning, I think Del Mastro is closer to Kaiser. So it's just the question of Korchinski, can you work on your defensive positioning at the NHL level? Del Mastro, can you skate faster at the NHL level and speed, bring a speed game that you have been missing basically since you've been drafted. So I'm
also noted they both are RFAs, so the Blackhawks have all the cards on holding all the cards on this one, which is good. But you're hoping more Korchinski?
I lean towards Korchinski. I like the ceiling more. Maybe it's a tougher fit, but honestly, neither Del Mastro nor Korchinski really fit the Kaiser role. Kaiser is
no, they don't. They don't. That's why it's also what are they trying to accomplish by bringing up whom? I guess in this sense, like I mean, if they bring up Korchinski, they're going to get scored on a lot more. They bring up Del Mastro, he might be able to play a little bit more defensive-minded hockey. That's more his game. Yeah. Neither of which.
It also depends on, like, are you bringing him up to fill in Kaiser's role on Artyom Levshunov's left side? Because if you're going, I need someone who goes right into his spot and sticks with Levshunov, I think it should be Del Mastro. But if you're like, okay, we're going to bring someone up and we're going to mix up the lineups, so you're not automatically going to have him.
I would like to see Levshunov with Vlasic in this scenario, no matter who comes up. I mean, I don't want to see Levshunov with a Grizzlick or Levshunov with a Del Mastro or Korchinski in that sense. I think you put your best lefty D with Levshunov right now.
Yeah, I think if you bring up Korch, you put him with either Crevier or Murphy. I think
I think Murphy's going to be gone.
Well, that's the other issue.
Do you trade him at this point with this injury?
I think. So I've been thinking about this a lot today. So I think you give Murphy the option. I think Murphy gets the option. If you want it, he tells you, hey, I want to be traded, because as Andy's brought up multiple times and we've talked about a lot, Murphy's never played in the playoffs. It's been 9 years. He's never played in the playoffs.
Isn't he? So, you think he'd be the slightest bit curious, right?
So I'm thinking if Murphy says yes, trade me to a contender, then you get what you get for him, you trade him out, and you roll with this whatever defense you're going to have. I personally think you should still trade him, give him he's a veteran. Davidson does right by his veterans. He's probably not going to be a part of the plan next year. You're probably going to bring in some other veteran defenseman that's cheaper, because you want to see what you have in these young guys. So, and I think with Korchinski coming up, I think you almost have to bring up Korchinski to give him this audition, because if you're going to give him the puck moving left side defenseman next season, you got to see what you have at this point. You got to see, like, he's been down there for a year and a half now since his rookie year. Like, you've got to see what development has been made and roll with that. Because let's be honest with ourselves, this team's not a playoff team. They're probably going to finish in the lottery again. So you just roll with what you have. And Murphy, I think, needs to be traded, give him that shot, and then I think you should roll with Korchinski just to see what you have. And who knows? You'll probably have to call both of them up, right?
Yeah, they might. Yeah. What's that?
Or Renzel,
Yeah,
because he's down in the AHL right now. So
Yeah. I mean,
I was kind of thinking of this when Sean was talking. So let's play the hypothetical. Kaiser's out for the rest of the year. Murphy gets traded. Let's say the decision is it's Korchinski.
Really fun. Yeah.
Let's say the decision is it's Korchinski and Renzel. What are the pairings? Like, I think it's Vlask, Levshunov. I think it's
Crevier, Korchinski,
and Renzel, Grzelcyk.
Yeah.
I think you got it. Yeah. Where do you go 7 defensemen? Do you call up Del Mastro?
You bring up Del Mastro?
No, I think, yeah. You could do the 7 again, bring up Del Mastro. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea, though, of, you let Murphy decide what he wants to do. And who knows, maybe he'll say, I'll play out the rest of this season and I'll just go sign somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that he could do that if he really wants to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't, it should be interesting. I don't, and all of this depends too on how long Kaiser's out.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just a strain or something like that, he could be like ready to go like a week after the break's over.
Yeah. I mean, we'll hear more on this probably in the next few days, when they start doing checks and statuses, MRIs and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that it's Korchinski that comes up and give him as much audition space as you possibly can. If Kaiser's out for a while, then it is what it is. And you just got to play your young guys and figure out what you got. And if Connor Murphy says, trade me and you can get a 3rd rounder, to just do it.
Yeah.
And get something in there and then just say, all right, we're going to give up a lot of goals the rest of the year. And we're going to work with these guys to get them better. I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah. Everything's building towards making the playoffs next season. That's the goal. So Korchinski playing the back half of this season to see what you have, because obviously it's going to affect how you draft too.
Yeah.
You gotta see. So.
Well, that's the thing. And we touched on this on the last podcast, and it's what do you do with that need for the left side defenseman? And I think that this is a pretty decent opportunity for the Blackhawks if Kaiser's out for a while to figure that piece out now. I mean, you might almost get extra games to do that now to find out if Korchinski can stick or not. I don't know. I think it would be Korchinski. With Allen, you kind of know who he is at this point.
Del Mastro, Allen's gone.
I'm sorry, Del Mastro, you know who he is at this point. And they definitely knew who Allen was at that point.
You could bring up the guy who was traded for, Jake Furlong.
Yeah, right.
Kevin Fitzgerald coming up. We need that veteran presence back there.
And then Brett Sini's going to come up too for some reason.
You're speaking my language right now.
He might. I mean, I don't.
No, Toninato's coming back up. They need another forward.
Yeah, well, hopefully the blue line they can't afford another injury on the blue line. That much.
Otherwise, they're going to have to reacquire Jacob Megna or some bum like that.
Nah, about that guy.
Yeah, I think he was an Illinois native too.
Gosh.
I think if that situation comes up, I think Blashill's mentality should just be like, listen, I'm just throwing you out there in penalty kill situations. Just learn. If you get scored on, who cares? You're going to be fine. Throw Korch out there, throw Renzel, throw Artyom Levshunov. I know Vlasic and Crevier you could put on the defensive unit and penalty kill, but it's you know what? Put the kids out there. Let them learn.
Yeah. I mean, things. Well, I tell you what, we've been talking lately about what is the biggest draft need for the Blackhawks, and the draft really got interesting last night.
Yeah,
that's for sure. The big news in the NHL with Gavin McKenna with assault charges, and they're real. I mean, you had to check every single Twitter account, be like, "Is this another fake one? Is this another fake one?" It's like, uh-oh. So I don't know. I don't know if that'll hurt his status. I mean, I assume that everyone's going to let this thing play out, and maybe it'll play a role in where he falls in the draft, maybe not. But the Blackhawks it seems like they're kind of cruising towards a top 5 pick here, and I think a lot of it will depend on who's on the board at that time, and potentially what the deal is with Korchinski and auditions, because Smits is the name that Jimmy likes more than anything. Tell us more about him. I know we talked about him last week.
I mean, we should see a lot more about him in the Olympics. I think anyone
a lot more to say.
anyone going, oh, who is this kid? Watch the Olympics. Watch him play. Like he absolutely can play. I think the one big thing I talked about last week, he's out in La Liga. He's from Latvia. His just natural size. Like he's 18 years old and I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", like 200 and like about 198 to 200 pounds. Like he's already like, in terms of physical presence, he's already bigger than like Kevin Korchinski. Just giving you
well, a week from today at 3:10 p.m., Latvia opens up against Team USA.
Oh yeah,
so
we'll get
really want to see this guy. Yeah, this will be that'll be must-watch TV. That's for sure. What's his first name again?
Smith.
Albert
Schmitz.
Smith.
Yeah, 6'3", 205 pounds. Lefty. I mean, he's a big kid.
He can skate.
Yeah,
he's known for his offensive game. Like that's his big thing. If you look at any like scouting rankings, not a lot of them are up. Like the more updated ones have them like anywhere from like 4 to 8. Like older ones have them like 10 to like 15, but newer ones like really are shooting them up.
Well, he could be top 3 by the end of this tournament. We talked about.
He might. I mean,
I
like Verhoff.
Eric is convinced after this tournament, Smits will be top 3.
Really, I like him a lot. If you were to ask me, what are the Blackhawks going to do? I'm assuming the Blackhawks are going to pick in the top 5 with their first round pick. I think if you're 1-1, you take McKenna. I don't really care about what's going on with this assault charge thing. From what I hear, is some idiot at the bar called his mom a whore. Like,
that's the word. Is that
started like attacking his mom? Like, hey, I get it. If someone started saying that to my mom, I'd probably hit someone. Like that. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, he broke his jaw, but yeah.
Heck, hey, we need an enforcer.
Maybe his draft stock went up.
Dude, if you break a man's jaw in one punch, I want to draft you right now.
Yeah. Okay, you're tougher than we thought. Yeah.
But yeah, like if you get first overall, I'm still taking McKenna. Second overall, I'm taking Stenberg. 3 through 5, I'm taking Smith. Like I really will stand by that. Smits, if Smits is taken, I'm taking Lawrence. If Lawrence and Smits are taken, I'm taking Carrolls. I like Verhoff. I don't see the need for another right-handed defenseman. I mean, this team,
I don't. That's not it right now.
This team already has Levshunov, Renzel, and Crevier. I mean,
that's it. You're good for a little while.
I think you're good there. I think the question is, who's that left-handed defenseman? Yeah. I think Smits can be that. I also think Carrolls can be that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now when it comes to who should the Blackhawks take with.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, depend on where they are. Now, I went down to the Beanpot on Monday night and I watched Tynan Lawrence, and he's real. He is. I mean, he is a complete hockey player. He's a real center, 200 feet. He's so smooth, and he's a little bit bigger than the comparison I'm going to give right now. But he plays like a left-handed Mitch Marner. And he's all over the ice, and he's just totally in control of everything that he's doing. And what I really like about him and the possible fit for the Blackhawks with him is that I really think that he might end up being a better center than Frank Nazar will be. And the idea that Frank Nazar could be a winger, and Tynan Lawrence could be a top 6 pivot, could be a top 6 center. Could be that number 2 center, and then you still are loaded in the event that a Frondell even moves to the wing or something like that. I mean, a lot of guys that you pick as wingers, if you're looking at forwards, they're wingers and you might not be able to make them centers. A lot of centers you can make into wingers, and they can play. So I don't think stockpiling pivots is the wrong thing to do. But if that's who the Blackhawks ended up getting, if Smits is there and that's the biggest need, get him. If Lawrence falls to the Blackhawks, they should not be bummed out about that one bit. I thought he was the best player on the ice in that game. And the player that I did not enjoy watching very much, unfortunately, was Sasha Boisvert.
Before we get to Boisvert, I was listening to the sheet earlier, and they had Mike McMahon on. He's the college hockey news guy.
Yeah.
And he believes that McKenna will not be affected in terms of this alternate.
No, I don't think he will either.
He still thinks McKenna's going number 1, and depending on if it's an altercation with a student, he may not play. Penn State might suspend him for the rest of the year, and then that creates the interesting dynamic. Does he go back to Medicine Hat and play there? if it's an altercation with somebody that's not a student, then Penn State doesn't have to get involved and they don't have to talk about it, and he just keeps playing.
Yeah.
McMahon also believes that Verhoff will be number 2. He thinks he's the number 2 pick.
Someone's going to get a gem in number 3 if it's
Yeah.
If Stenberg goes to 3, that's absurd to me.
So
if I'm the Blackhawks and I'm sitting at 3 and Stenberg falls to 3, like holy
I still have Stenberg at number 1, and maybe I'm insane. And I think he's number 1 on some people's draft boards.
Yeah, I think he is too. But
he's such a complete player.
But yeah, they were saying even though McKenna didn't tie Paul Correa's 100 points in college, which that was a different era of hockey, they still think that McKenna will go number 1 and Verhoff is what he's saying for number 2. So I just wanted to put that out there before we pivoted to Sasha Boisvert.
Yeah. Well, Sasha Boisvert. I mean, so I watched the first period of the BU Northeastern game, and Boisvert's he's interesting. He wasn't around the puck very much.
Boisvert or whatever. Sorry.
No, it's Boisvert.
Okay.
I thought it was Boisvert, and I think it's Boisvert, and Eric corrected us. But anyway, he wasn't around the puck a whole lot. A lot of people, even Tab Bamford, is like, well, I think he's going to be a bottom 6. I don't think he's got the tools to be a bottom 6. If you're not winning pucks in a college hockey game, and you're a first round draft pick, I have a lot of question marks on what your role is going to be. He doesn't have blazing defining speed. He's on the perimeter a lot. And I bumped into an NHL scout who's been a long time friend of mine in between the first and second period. And I said, something seems like it's missing there. And he looked at me and he goes, you should come and sit with me over by the Chicago guys. They're really, really worried right now. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, things could change, but I mean, he had a great year at Nodak. It hasn't gone that well for him at BU this year. I mean, they might sign him, but I also would see him almost as a trading chip. I mean, if you're trying to move up to get one of the guys that we're just talking about, Stenberg, McKenna, Smits, you might not need to move up to get Tyne and Lawrence, but Sasha Boisvert might be someone you dangle out there. Especially with the Hawks' wealth of forward prospects right now. Is he someone that is expendable? I don't know. Any of you have any thoughts on that? And I would definitely watch the Bean Pop final next Monday and see how he does.
I think there's a lot of circumstances around Boisvert that makes me think that what he needs most, ironically, is not a change in scenery. I think a change in scenery from Nodak to Boston really messed things up, and then he had an injury. And I think the injury has made him kind of puck hesitant, because we've seen it in a lot of guys. It's like the yips in baseball. Well, they'll get injured, and then they get scared. They get worried about getting injured again. I wonder if Boisvert kind of has that in his mind, where he's like, crap, I don't want to get hurt, because this is how I got hurt last time. It was a puck battle or something. But even then, he's almost a point per game. He has 14 points in 18 games. That's still solid. I think a lot of people think he can go to Rockford. I think it'd be really exciting as the Rockford guy here, being able to cover him next year. I actually think the best thing for him is not a change in scenery, because he's gone from, I'm looking at his elite prospect page. He's gone from 2022, 2023 to USHL. He spent 2 years in the USHL, then went to Nodak last year, then went to BU. And it's like, I don't want to see this kid go to the 4 teams in 4 years all over the country, just not really gaining a sense of security. I think he needs to work on this mental hurdle that is getting to the puck and not having to worry about this injury. I get it. Injuries are terrifying for players. It could really mess with how you view the game. But I think the best thing for him, I think he just needs another year BU, get settled in, be healthy. Don't put the pressure on yourself, because if you're afraid of contact, don't go to the AHL. You're gonna get your shit run if you go to the AHL and you're terrified of contact.
Right. I mean, he is point per game player. I think in a lot of the big games though this year, for BU, he hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, he had 3 points against Long Island, 4 assists against Merrimack. That's a Hockey East game. But no points in the bean pot.
They played Michigan State earlier in the year, and he looked like crap.
Yeah, didn't do well against Michigan State. Did not get a point. Didn't get, didn't do much against Boston College and was -1 when they played them. They've got 3 games with Boston College before the end of the month. One is the Bean Pot final, and then they do the home and home, the Battle of the Commonwealth. StubHub tickets are well over $100 for those games, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I do agree with you, Jimmy, though. I mean, if he's smart, go back to BU for one more year. Do what Ryan Green did. Go back for a 3rd season.
Yeah.
And
I think that really worked out for Ryan Green.
It was perfect thing for Ryan Green to do.
And Jack, Tab mentioned in his article when I was listening to Merrick on the sheet with Wish and McMahon, Jack Pridham might go to BU. He still has an offer to go to BU.
Really?
Yeah, he could still go there, I believe.
Now he's aged out. This is his last year of juniors, no matter what, right?
Right. Yeah. So he has
committed there and then decommitted.
Correct.
State commissioner, but still has an offer.
I always get confused. Is he signed his ELC? If he, I can't remember. I know Spellacy signed his, so he can't go to college. So if Pridham hasn't signed his ELC, he could go play at BU. He could do what Nathan Bem is doing, play against older guys, and still develop his game.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing an ELC for Pridham.
So maybe he goes to BU next year, and maybe Sasha and him play together. I mean, all you want is want your prospects to develop as much as possible before they get to the NHL. That's the ultimate goal.
I mean, I don't know unless Boisvert or Boisvert picks it up in a big way. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be in a hurry to sign him.
No, and maybe they won't. I mean, they've got NHL or NCAA prospects have until they don't become free agents until August after their 4th year or 4th season. So they could just not sign him. Like Dominic James went to free agency and now he plays with Tampa Bay, and he looks pretty good for them. It's
Boisvert. I'll get it right at some point. I was right early, and then I changed my stance on the pronunciation.
Well, he needs to get his name right.
Boisvert. Yeah.
He needs to get his game right before we can pronounce his name right.
Ouch.
That's great. I love it. That's amazing. All right. We're going to go around the room. Gold, silver, and bronze. Your predictions. Jimmy.
Gold goes to US of A.
Whoa, hey!
We're the best. We're the best in the world, as always.
Mm-hmm.
US of A. Silver. Silver's interesting. Silver's difficult. But I liked what their junior team did. So I think they're going to do well in the Olympics.
Sweden,
man. I think Sweden's going to get silver.
I like it.
And get this. Hottest take of the day.
You're going to say what, the Czechs?
You're going to say no.
Canada does not medal. We have Finland, bronze medal. They beat Canada in the bronze medal game. Yeah, That's right. Yeah.
I think if Canada was in the bronze medal game, though, they would lose because they'd be like, get us out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be
Canada, international.
I think Toronto would be on fire at one point if they're in the bronze medal game.
And then I'm just posting pictures of Bedard everywhere.
Photoshop pictures of Bedard in the Olympics.
Yeah. Just Bedard with his World Junior uniform on.
Five full hours of Bedard tweets, just his face, just staring there. So, all right, Shawnee, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Canada winning the gold.
Yeah.
I just think they're too talented, and I know I don't like the composition of the U.S. team. I don't like some of the choices that Bill Guerin's made, especially on defense. I still think I don't understand why they're not taking Lane Hudson or Adam Fox. I get it. Like they haven't had great
Right,
years.
got to
but-
take Colton Parayko, one of the worst defensemen in the NHL this year.
Exactly, and they
He's
took
just so big. He has leadership, guys.
Yeah, I don't like the construction. Like the team, I think is too gritty, and so I'm gonna go Canada gold. I'm gonna go Sweden with the silver,
You and I.
and then I'm gonna say Team USA does not medal,
Oh,
and I don't know who's gonna get the bronze. I'll say Finland gets the bronze.
Finland.
Finland. Wow.
Yeah, Teuvo Teravainen wins something this year.
There it is. I am going Canada wins the gold. I'm going Sweden silver, and I'm going USA bronze. Yeah, I don't love the USA makeup either. I'm obviously rooting for Team USA, just like everybody else,
100%.
and would just adore a gold medal game between USA and Canada. Really hope that happens. But yeah, there's something missing, and I just think that it should be interesting. I do like that Hughes is on the blue line. McAvoy is so beat up. Like that guy just he plays so hard. I don't know how he's still playing.
Are they going to score enough goals? There's no Robertsons. There's no Cole Caulfields. Like
no, leaving Cole Caulfield off, I would have a bigger issue with than leaving Hudson off.
Well, or Robertson. I failed to mention Jason Robertson too.
And Matthews. I don't know. He is Austin Matthews. He hasn't had the best year. The Tkachuk brothers, I'm not interested in.
Yeah, there's
really.
No fighting in the Olympics. Like,
no, you can't do the things that they want to do in the Olympics. I don't know. And the blue line and Hellebuck will need to be, unreal. And Hellebuck has been hurt for a big chunk of the year. He's still their starter, correct? For Team USA.
Yeah. I think so.
And the Jets haven't had a whole lot of meaningful hockey games
in
months. They're
neither was Toronto, to be honest with you.
No, and so it's just I don't know. I don't know.
I think you guys are overthinking this.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because I think more about a lot of people bring up, the Four Nations face off. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. I think we need to remember the U.S. is coming off a 2025 IIHF gold medal in 2025. They are. And that played a more Olympic style. And they won in an Olympic style.
Who on the Olympic team played in that tournament? Nobody.
Tage Thompson. I do like the addition of Tage Thompson to this team.
Tage is great.
Not on the four.
Tage is on a heater.
Big addition.
He's on a heater.
Yeah, that is a guy you want around. So
he's just brimming with confidence as Buffalo.
Yeah, but other than that, who was on that team? Was Werenski on that team? I don't know. I'm just trying to look.
Frank Nazar was one of the leading scorers on that team. Yeah, which I love Frank Nazar. Don't get me wrong, but like the World Championships have nothing to do with the Olympics because all the best players are usually in the Stanley Cup. What's up?
Jackson LaCombe was there.
Oh yeah, and he's only added because of an injury.
Yeah,
he's still there.
I think one underrated player for Team USA, though, that I think will have a big tournament is Dylan Larkin. I think Dylan Larkin's
going to need him.
Yeah, they will. They will. No, I like it, Jimmy. I hope you're right and we're wrong.
Me too.
Wait, is Werenski going? I always forget.
Is Werenski going to the Olympics? Yes.
Werenski.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was on the IAHF team.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I thought that was the case.
And Swayman too. Was Swayman?
I don't know. The Bruins made the playoffs last year, right? He was.
Yeah, but he was on
Swayman's probably not going to play in this tournament. It's going to be all Hellebuck unless Swayman plays against when they play the Korean team, North and South Korea merged together.
Do they really play them?
They did. The last Olympics.
Here's their schedule. They are in Team USA. What group are they in? Hold on. So they play Thursday. They are in Group C. So they play Latvia to open up. I would assume that's a win. Should be a win. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I got the schedule in front of me, but it's in really small writing. My eyes are so bad. Then they play Denmark. Wow. Okay, so they're going to kind of be, and then they play Germany. Boy,
the Dens might be all fired up because of the Greenland issue. They might come out firing.
You never know. But Group C their schedule in Group C. Group C's junk. It's the
Yeah,
USA,
I think they're going to walk out of Group C.
USA, Denmark, Latvia, and Germany.
Okay. So
You do not believe in Lucas Reichel, Germany's greatest player?
No, Sweden opens up against Italy, the home side. That's, jeez. So some of these early games. Finland and Sweden is on Friday, a week from tomorrow.
Ooh, I got to watch that.
That's going to be a great game. Canada has Switzerland. They've got Czechia. That'll be good. Sweden and Slovakia.
Beat them like they did
Group
the
B
World
is
Games every year.
Group B has Sweden, Finland, Slovakia, and Italy. Host country. There's a tough group for you.
Yeah.
Canada has France. I mean, we'll see.
I am late tired.
France. God. All right. Also, happy Olympics. Any final shots, fellas? Parting words of wisdom. Trivia. Anyone got any trivia?
Oh, I did not. I do not have
Yeah.
any trivia.
Trivia.
I wanted to give a shout out to Netflix for making the Miracle 1980 documentary.
Yeah, that was awesome.
If you haven't watched it, it is awesome. It's
I watched
so
it
cool.
twice. It was
So good. It
Yeah.
gives you all the fields. I think my favorite part was Janusek like accepting his role, knowing he was never going to play.
Met his wife there.
Met his wife there, and he said he was the biggest winner.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
And then winning a gold medal and meeting your wife in the Olympic Village.
Yeah, just so cool.
Pretty cool.
Jim
Yeah.
Craig getting it's if you haven't watched, like, I wasn't alive during this, obviously, or no, maybe not obviously, but like I love that team, and I've read books and watched documentaries, watched Miracle countless times, and the Netflix documentary is the best one by far.
Al Michaels said it really well in 2020, right before COVID, when they were celebrating the 40-year anniversary of it, and he was interviewed, and he said, well, either you know this for where you were, or you know it as a bedtime story.
Yep.
So to your point, Sean, it doesn't matter your age.
No.
When it comes to that moment in sports, if you know it as a bed, and that's how I was 1.5 years old, so I have no recollection of it, but I know it as that story, as my dad told it to me when he watched the game. So if you haven't seen it, absolutely see it. It's just great stuff. It's awesome stuff. So,
and then something else, something poignant. So if you watch the Always Originals, the Banner Year documentary or like piece on YouTube that the Hawks put out,
yes,
they only interview Dale Talon. There's no Stan Bowman Stan Bowman is mentioned once or twice, but Stan Bowman is not given any credit for assembling that team. It is
They even bring
Dale
back
Talon.
the GM before Dale Talon. I forget his name.
Yeah, well,
Mike Smith?
I think there's a lot of other reasons he wasn't interviewed.
For sure.
Anything to do with assembling that team, but
for sure. But one other thing I wanted to talk. If we touch on it for a minute, Draisaitl going off about the coaching staff.
Yeah, that was You could tell right after he said that, he was like, "Oops!" Like he kind of backpedaled a little bit.
Yeah.
After that, but saying
the goalies need to play better. Like, you traded for Tristan Jarry, and he's not been very good.
Yeah.
To be fair, Skinner's had a clunker or two in there. He was good for a stretch, and then he had 2 clunkers in there. But
yeah, I mean they stink.
They do.
I think the Oilers are really. I mean, what a crossroads they're at.
Stan Bowman. Stan Bowman was the wrong pick to be the general manager of that team. It's clearly obvious to everyone who's been a Blackhawks fan, but his name keeps getting him jobs.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Gosh, I just looked up Tristan Jarry's save percentage since being traded to Edmonton.
860.
Oh my God.
867, I think I saw earlier.
869.
Oh, okay.
Let's see Stuart Skinner. Let's see if he's doing any better.
He's at 887 or something. Like he's below that.
Slightly better.
Yeah.
Still not good.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, great. Edmonton, man. I think it just tells you the defensive system they run also isn't good. Like, I just don't think it is. I like Darnell Nurse, but he shouldn't be the best player on the highest paid defenseman on the roster.
No,
And the rest of the defense, it's okay. Wallman's more offensive. Ekholm's okay, but he's older.
yeah,
Other than that, who else really stands out there?
I mean, it's I don't know. More and more, it just seems like Edmonton has missed their window. So,
Yep.
anyway, all right, folks.
You guys want some trivia?
Sure.
Give us trivia.
I'll give you trivia. This is a good one. Don't worry, because I've been watching this team a lot lately. Because this
Name the 2007 NHL draft class from 32 to 1. Got it. Okay.
Come on, guys. You've had a year to study up on this question.
Hey, that's not
anyway.
Never gonna get old.
I've been watching a lot of New York Islanders games because Matthew Schaefer is just so much fun to watch. I've just enjoyed very much watching him, and he's had a goal. He had a goal and assist in this last game against the New York Islanders. Give him 16 goals as an 18-year-old and as a rookie. Who holds the NHL record for goals as a defenseman, and how many goals?
NHL record period for goals as a defenseman.
Yes, as a rookie defenseman.
As a rookie defenseman.
Ooh.
I know who it is as defenseman overall. It's Paul Coffey had 48 one year. But rookie defenseman.
Doug Wilson?
Doug Wilson? Yeah.
No.
So not a Blackhawk? I take it.
Not a Blackhawk.
Ray Bork.
No.
Dennis Potvin.
No.
Bobby Orr.
No.
This is fun.
You want a hint?
Nick Lindstrom?
No hint yet.
No hint.
Not yet. Not
Chris
yet.
Stelios.
No.
Is this person in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Al McInnes.
No.
Chris Pronger.
No.
Oh.
Is Guy Lafleur? Is he even a defenseman? I don't know.
No.
Larry Robinson.
No.
No.
You want a hint?
Yeah, we need hints. Yeah.
Same city, so New York City, a New York team.
Oh, it's not Fox, is it? No way.
No.
That can't be right.
Same team. You're getting there.
Brian Leach?
Correct. It's Brian Leach. Do you know how many goals?
20? I don't know.
A little bit up.
25.
25.
A little bit lower.
23?
23.
23. 1988, 1989, Brian Leach scored 23 goals as a rookie.
He was Rookie of the Year that year.
And it was. And the record for most goals by an 18-year-old defenseman, 19 by Phil Housey. Matthew Schaefer might take both those records right now.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That
Great.
Unbelievable.
So good.
Yeah.
I also don't think his performance is helping out the Levshunov doubters either.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah.
Also, he's making me look like an idiot for even doubting him being the number 1 overall pick last year.
I was the moron who brought it up first.
No one had seen him play.
I was like,
why is he going number 1 overall? He hasn't played in months.
I was like, how is his stock going up? He wasn't playing.
But Darsh knew. Matthew Darsh
knew.
said, I'm taking
And Darsh is making some moves, adding guys.
He's a good GM, that guy.
Bukestad and Palat and probably not maybe Jason Dickinson. You never know.
Okay. Matthew Darsh went to Choate Rosemary Hall. What president went to Choate Rosemary Hall?
Donald J. Trump. I don't know.
Oh, God. His daughter actually did.
Oh, wow.
I'm not kidding.
Gerald Ford.
No.
Nixon.
No.
Am I?
We're getting close.
He was in the Nixon era, a little bit earlier in the Nixon.
Eisenhower.
No.
LBJ.
No.
JFK.
Close, really close. John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Went to the same New England prep school as GM Matthew Darsh.
Well, if I had known it was a Catholic school, I would have absolutely said
the only Catholic president, or the second,
or
the first Catholic
president, Joe Biden.
Yeah. All right, trivia went off the rails there. I brought up presidential stuff.
That's as close as we're ever going to get to politics on this show.
One last thing: the AHL All-Star Game comes to Rockford next week. Jimmy, you will be there.
Jimmy's there.
I will be there covering it on behalf of the rink. I'll be covering both days, so it'll be very exciting. And I will be in Rockford tomorrow, covering the last home game before the All-Star break, and Michael Layton's jersey number Ring of Honor.
AHL Hall of Famer.
You think they'll show the Do you think they'll show Patrick Kane's goal in his montage?
That's mean.
They should. I mean, they should. Like, hey, you were great, but there's one moment that stands out.
You were great, but there's one moment that really makes you great amongst Blackhawks.
The Flyers would have made the cup without Michael Leighton, though. Think about that. Like, Michael Leighton was so good for them down the stretch.
And I was very grateful that he was their goaltender in the finals.
Yeah.
Who was the other goaltender?
What was his save percentage in the finals that year? I bet that was pretty low.
Who's the other? It wasn't Chris Mason. What? No, Chris Mason was later.
No, it was Boucher.
Oh, Brian.
Right, yeah. And he was awful too, right?
Yeah.
He got pulled for Leighton, I think, twice in the Stanley Cup Finals. Then he went, all right, we got to stick with Leighton because this guy's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he had an .876 save percentage in the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals and a 3.96 goals against average. Oops.
That's why he's going into the AHL. That's why he's in the AHL Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, they should show those stats and a big fat thank you. They should interview Patrick Kane and be like, Michael, no one's happier about this than me. Anyway,
in his Red Wings uniform.
No hard feelings.
Michael Leighton's honoring just smears the man. Oh, and Rockford was horrified.
Yeah. All right, folks. Good luck with the Olympics. We will be back next week. Hopefully, we'll be talking about some of the Olympic Games when they start. In the meantime, be nice to Artyom Levshunov. Look out to see what moves the Hawks make when they may bring up Korchinski or Ethan Del Mastro. And until that time, remember, folks out there, you got to get your game correct before we pronounce your name correct. Or however Sean said it.
No matter how correct your game is, Sean is still going to mess it up. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night, folks. We'll see you later.
Thanks a lot, John.